Hello guys, in this video we're going to talk about three things: possible issue, use of this engine, and how to adjust it. Okay, as you can see, this engine has a very large flywheel relative to the shaft is 6mm, is relatively large, 6-inch flywheel. Of course, I will do the final adjustment before I shipped it. But however, if anything happened during the shipping, for example, someone dropped the engine to the ground, it may cause the flywheel to shift left or right or back and forth. I don't know. It may cause the flywheel to shift. So what is the problem with that? The problem is, as you can see, the governor is designed to go through the gap of the flywheel when it's up, not when it's down. Okay, so when the governor ball is up, it's go through the spoke of the flywheel without hitting it. Okay, but if someone, let's say I dropped it on the ground, cause the flywheel to shift it a little bit, just like you see, the ball is hitting the spokes. It's not good, because if you run it, it's gonna damage the gear or the governor. It will cause problem. So the first thing when you receive the engine is do a test run without air. Use your hand, okay? Gently spin the flywheel, and the governor should be vertical. You see, not tilted. Okay, and push the arrow up. Don't drag here. Push the arrow up. As you can see, the flywheel is up. I mean the flyball is up, and then gently spin the engine slowly. As you can see, in this case, it's hitting the spoke. And the easiest thing you adjust it is use an Allen key. I believe it's 1.5 millimeter. I will include one of this free of charge. Okay, so there is a hole on the flywheel. There's a knob screw in it, and you loosen that screw, and as you can see, you can spin the flywheel back and forth. Okay, so then you find a position, okay, right in the middle, and tighten it. I would recommend to put some Loctite or glue in here to lock the screw forever, but I won't do that because I know you guys need to remove the flywheel or adjust it a little bit, so I'm not gonna do that, but it's up to you. Like now, you see, when I push the ball up, you can go through the gap without hitting. Now we're gonna talk about how to run this engine. Just like any other machine, lubrication is really important. So there are a lot of lubricants you can choose. I will recommend two of them here. The first one is 3-in-1 machine oil. As you can see, it's very light. And the second one is a steam oil. It's very heavy. The viscosity is really high, as you can see. So what is the difference? So if you're a lazy guy like me, don't want to lubricate every time. For example, your friend dropped by and you want to show him the engine, but last time you run is like 2 weeks ago. If you use this steam oil, you have no problem because the oil stays there. It will be a little sticky, but it will be fine. But if you want to lubricate every time you use, this one is perfect for you. But because it's light, and when the machine runs, the oil will spin away due to gravity, centrifugal force, whatever. It will not last very long. So that's about lubricant. And here is the air inlet. As you can see, I made a bushing, a brass bushing, and I threaded into the wood. And because the wood is not, it's very soft, I recommend use a soft copper tubing. In this case, when you connect to the engine, even you hit it or you I don't know, it's not gonna damage the connector and the wood base. But for example, if you use this one, it's really rigid. You stick it to there and you hit it, of course the connector will damage and the wood will tilt it and the gas will leak. Okay, then don't run it with a hand drill. I know some people using a hand drill, for example, to clamp it and run. I used to do that, but it's really terrible to this engine. Why? Because the flywheel is very heavy, okay, and the hand drill will start really fast. So the shaft starts to rotate, but the flywheel may stay still, or I don't know, a bit due to the initial force. So back to the first issue we talked about, the flywheel will out of the face and hitting the governor and shatter the everything. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Like if I put my hand drill here, everything will move except this one, and eventually will damage the governor. One more thing regarding your safety is, because this is a machine and it could run very fast, the only two things you can touch during when it's running is the valve handle and the thing here. Don't touch the flywheel when it's running. It will damage the engine and possibly your finger. And definitely not here, not here. I promise you will hurt. Okay? So next, how are we gonna adjust the engine? The most important thing that you need to know is the eccentrics. So this controls the direction of air enters the piston. So how are you gonna adjust that? So as you can see, here is the highest point, right? And here is the lowest point. So lowest point means the valve is fully opened to one direction, and similarly the highest point is open to another one, and another direction. So, for example, first thing I will do is find the lowest point, okay, and then adjust the crankshaft 90 degrees approximately. Okay, how you're gonna adjust that is there's a screw here. See, you can move it back and forth. Okay, so I find my lowest point, which is here, and I make it 90 degree, and I gently locked it, not too hard because it's not final adjustment, and open the inlet ear just a little bit so you can hear the ear, the sound of the ear, to adjust it. Rotate one direction only, okay? I mean, if you hear the sound, okay, louder. Right here, you hear the sound start to change. I mean, one direction is always move that one, or I mean clockwise or counterclockwise, depends on which direction you want to run, right? You can feel the engine is start to pushing right here. Okay, so you can make your adjustment. And also to another point, okay, so I let go of the engine. It's running good. So in my experience, a good engine should run very slow, not very fast. So the slowest you can go is better. Because in this case, the engine is running very efficient.